Miller Tech held their first bank battle. How'd it go? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Miller Tech held their first bank battle. Miller Tech is an amazing company that's building a family with their batteries and other products that they produce. This is not a product placement. I'm going to tell you right now some stuff about Miller Tech. I have no affiliation with them. However, Miller Tech is one of the best for lithium batteries for every possible thing you can imagine, from 12 to 48 volts. They have marine, golf cart, RV, solar, and so much more, including chargers, LED lighting, cordless products. They've got something for everybody, and they're really a big player in the fishing community. Now, Miller Tech did something special over the last 2 days, and something happened without boats, without technology, and they had a one-day tournament with 16 anglers, all competing for $20,000. And they threw them some curveballs. And their team, or some of their team of anglers, are going to put on a show for us. Now, those anglers include Jacob Fouts, Greg Vinson, Jacob Wheeler, Dustin Connell, Joey Fuentes, Justin Lucas, Brent Chapman, Cole Floyd, Nick LeBrun, Alex Redwine, Fred Rubanis, Jonathan Kelly, Hunter and Fletcher Shryock, Matt Becker, and Adrian Avina. Here's what we know. To start off with, they were told they were going to go someplace else, and Miller Tech threw them a curveball and sent them to Willow Oak Lodge in Spruce Pines, Alabama. If you don't know about Willow Oak Lodge, you can rent their lake. It's 44 acres for $950 for up to 3 people. You get to fish for 6 hours. They have lodging on site where you can pay $100 per night, and if you really want to go crazy, you can give them $75 extra, and they're going to feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner per person. The property is spectacular, and I think when it's all said and done, we're going to find ourselves really appreciating not only the great place that it is, but also the fishing. Now, Miller Tech is trying to lead the way and be the best. They tried to put this tournament on to bring fishing back to the basics. It's about beating the banks. The stuff most of us do. Most of us don't have a boat and don't have the electronics, and we go fish off the shoreline. This brought 16 of the best anglers out there to go fish, and they had to fish off the bank. Something they're not as comfortable doing. And these anglers had no electronics. They weren't allowed to study a map at the time. Or if they did, they thought they were going someplace, and then they went to Willow Oak Lodge. And Miller Tech in the bank battle was about a fair and equal ability amongst all the anglers. The anglers were only allowed to bring the tackle they could carry.
$20,000 on the line today. In the Miller Tech bank battle, they told me all you could do is bring what you could carry, so I brought a handful of rods, guys. Just a handful.
The amount of rods they could carry. And I'm going to throw up some videos from Instagram about this, because you'll see Jacob Wheeler carrying about 20 rods and having a little backpack. But these anglers could only take the tackle they could carry. Now, every angler had a marshal, and the marshal had a Bubba scale. So thank you to Bubba Scales for sponsoring them. So every time a fish was caught, they weighed it in, and they knew where they were. They had 16 anglers, all competing for $20,000, and they had 6 anglers go into the championship round. Now, some of the things that were amazing about this is, first, they had a shotgun start. They ran to the spots that they wanted to go fish. Also, they had some of the guys from Miller Tech had been there the day before, and some of the owners, and they went fishing before the anglers got there. And they were worried that because the guys from Miller Tech weren't catching them, they were afraid that they weren't going to have a real good tournament, a real good time for the anglers. But the anglers got there and absolutely put it down. They smashed them. And some of the great things about this, if you don't know Joe Thomas, he did the Ultimate Match. He did all the video. They're going to have videos upcoming on the Miller Tech YouTube page. So I would suggest going and following them and subscribing. They're going to definitely have a 1-hour video with some other stuff where we'll be able to watch the video upcoming in a couple weeks. They're in the process of it. They filmed it on Tuesday. Now they're in the process of editing it. And Miller Tech, The guys from Miller Tech really were surprised on how everybody was just like a family. That's what Miller Tech is trying to build, a family of great anglers, a brotherhood. If an angler needs help, go help that angler, even if they're in different organizations. If we can help each other be the best, then we're going to be the best as a team. I respect the hell out of that. And every angler had a great time because of Miller Tech and what they do. They didn't just show up to win the money. They showed up because of the camaraderie and the brotherhood that they have within this organization. And Miller Tech is building something fantastic. They wanted it to be an event where the anglers became closer friends. And I can tell you firsthand from the people that I talked to, Sean at Miller Tech, talking to him and seeing the anglers' Instagrams, I know they had a great time. Now again, they're in the process of making this a 1 hour show or a little bit longer, and they are already trying to find the next spot to do this with more curveballs. And I really, really appreciate that. I like that they're building something where the anglers can go have more fun and build that brotherhood and camaraderie together. And there were other people that aren't Miller Tech sponsored pros that were really interested in finding out how it went. I don't even know how it went. I know the top 6 anglers that made the championship were Jacob Wheeler, Justin Lucas, Joey Cifuentes, Jacob Fouts, Dustin Connell, and Greg Vincent. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, because this is really a good one. This is taking away the separation of the organizations. And let's just come together and have fun and go fish. And let's be a regular guy. Let's be a Joe Schmo. Let's be the guy that has to fish like me and fish off the bank. And let's see if you can catch them. And they did. And I think you're going to be really surprised by how this whole event not only happened, but took place. And I think you'll see that the guys had a great time going out there and fishing. And Willow Oak Lodge it's now on my list of places I need to go fish. I need to go spend a couple nights. I need someone to take me fishing on that pond, because I think you're going to be surprised on how good the fishing is. And I give it up for Miller Tech for doing something different. Really, really thank you for doing things like this, because this is what I think the industry needs. There's so many things negative and people talking about only positive things, and I think we just need to remember what it is, and it's fishing. And it's something that we love to do as a hobby and as a sport. And having these anglers come out, participate, win some extra money, win a lot of extra money, and then make a show about it on YouTube is fantastic. So go to Miller Tech and check out their YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll also put a link to the Willow Oak Lodge. If you want more information, I'll put that website on there too. But it looks like it's a fantastic and beautiful place to go. It would be a great place to bring the little boy that's in the other room, have some fun, and take him fishing instead of swimming. So, what do you think? Think it's a good idea? Do you like the idea? Make sure you go and subscribe to their channel, please. Thanks to everyone who comments on the channel and participates and is interactive. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the lifeblood of this channel, and you're really a key part of the success that I've had. So thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, click that button. Welcome to the team. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight lines, shears, and get your fish on.